Hello and welcome to our channel. Have you ever wondered what life is really like after 80? Not the lovely moments you see on social media, like warm birthday parties or peaceful afternoons on the porch, but the quiet, often challenging changes that few people talk about. Today, we will explore 5 clear realities of life after the age of 80. These are things that many older adults are silently going through each day, from quiet evenings to moments when your body no longer works the way it used to. But this is not a story about sadness. It is a journey of resilience. It is about how we face change with courage and dignity. Imagine a quiet morning. Sunlight slips through the window, but the phone no longer rings like it used to. The friends you used to meet to the neighborhood cafe are no longer around. Climbing just a few steps now makes you stop and rest. These changes are not loud, but they quietly find their way into each day. And sometimes you wonder why no one ever told you about this. In today's video, we will not only point out these realities, like slowly losing social connections, your health feeling more fragile, or the feeling that society is leaving you behind. We will also share how to turn those challenges into opportunities to live with more meaning. Your age does not define you. You are the one who defines your age. As long as you keep your spirit strong, find purpose in each day, and remain present in your life, you absolutely can move through these years with pride. Stay with us until the end of the video to discover how to take charge of your journey. If you find this message meaningful, please subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's begin. Part 1. Your social circle slowly shrinks. As you move past the age of 80, you may begin to notice a quiet shift. Phone calls from friends become less frequent. Family members are busy with their own lives, and those once lively gatherings have faded into memories. Loneliness does not always arrive with sighs or tears. It quietly appears in the silence of the evening. When the phone no longer rings the way it used to, think of Mr. George. He is 83 years old and lives in a small town in Oregon. He used to be the heart of Sunday morning coffee meetups with friends at a local diner. But over time, many moved away or passed on, and he realized that if he wanted to stay connected, he had to take the first step. At this age, we cannot simply wait for others to come to us. We must create opportunities to keep our relationships alive. Try joining community activities, like a domino club or a painting class at the senior center. These are places where many people find joy, understanding, and new friendships. Technology can also be a doorway. Video calls with grandkids through Zoom, or joining online discussion groups made for older adults, can help you feel close. No matter how far apart you are, sometimes it just takes a simple act, like inviting a neighbor for a walk, or sitting down to chat at a familiar coffee spot like Dunkin' Donuts. Small steps like these require a bit of courage, but that is the quiet strength of growing older. Still trying, still finding ways to stay connected. Mr. George started joining a morning walking group at the park. There, he found new friends, new stories, and a sense of belonging he thought he had lost. Sometimes, all it takes is one small action, like starting a conversation or signing up for a class, to rekindle connection and fill the years after 80 with laughter and warmth. Stay with us to explore the next reality, and don't forget to share how you keep your social circle alive in the comments below. Part 2. Your body is not the same anymore. After turning 80, your body may no longer feel like the steady companion it once was. It starts speaking up not only through persistent aches and pains, but also through a lasting sense of fatigue. And those days when you suddenly feel like you are not quite yourself anymore. A small slip in the backyard can lead to a week of rest, or even a complete shift in your daily routine. Think of Mr. Tom, 83 years old, living in Florida. He used to jog around the park every morning, strong and full of energy. But one day while bending down to pick up a ball for his grandson, he slipped. It seemed like nothing at first, but afterward he had to start using a cane and cut back on walking. The hardest part was not the pain. It was realizing that his body no longer bounced back the way it used to. We have always taken pride in our strength and independence, But after 80, health becomes more fragile and needs extra care. A lingering cough, a dizzy afternoon, or a heavy feeling after a meal. These little things can turn into doctor visits, tests, and sometimes even hospital stays. But this is not the end. This is the time to listen to your body more closely. Rest when you need to, but don't forget gentle movement. A walk around the block or a yoga class at the YMCA can bring fresh energy. Do not skip your regular health checkups. Take advantage of programs like Medicare to monitor and catch problems early. Mr. Tom, after his fall, learned how to walk more slowly. He uses a cane, not because he is weak, but because he wants to protect the freedom he still values. Respecting your body means listening to it and caring for it like the old friend that has carried you through the years. By managing your energy wisely, eating well, and keeping a positive outlook, you can keep that inner fire glowing, even when your steps have grown slower. Part 3. Needing more help than before. After age 80, tasks that once felt as easy as flipping your hand now often require a bit of extra help. Climbing stairs, reaching for something on a high shelf, or driving to the store at night. These everyday things begin to feel more challenging. This is not always easy to accept, especially for those who have lived with a strong sense of independence. Many older adults have spent their lives handling everything on their own. So when the body starts needing assistance, it can feel like a part of who you are is slipping away. Think of Ms. Susan. She is 81 and lives in California. She used to go grocery shopping by herself, tended her backyard garden, and organized everything on her own. But one day, after nearly falling while reaching for a box of cereal in the kitchen, she decided to ask her daughter for help. At first, she felt a little discouraged, as if the independence she had always relied on was fading. But then she realized that accepting help is not a failure. It is actually a form of wisdom and strength. We have always believed that being independent does not mean doing everything alone. It means knowing when to ask for someone to walk beside you. You can make use of assistive tools at home, like grab bars in the bathroom, a sturdy chair in the kitchen, or easy grip jar openers. These are helpful items, and they are becoming more common in many households. Also, do not hesitate to ask family, friends, or senior services like Meals on Wheels, which brings meals right to your doorstep. Miss Susan began to see that when her daughter brought over groceries, it was more than just helping out. It was also a chance to spend time together, share a cup of coffee, and talk about the little things that matter most. Accepting help is a gift, not just for you, but also for the people who love you, who want to be there for you. Letting go of pride and being able to say, "I could use a hand," is not a sign of weakness. It is a true kind of strength. By allowing others to walk with you, you are protecting your freedom, so you can keep living life your way, whether that means tending your flower beds or strolling with your grandchild in the morning sun. Part 4. The feeling of being forgotten by society. After turning 80, a difficult truth can quietly begin to reveal itself. You may start to feel like you are becoming invisible in the eyes of society. In a fast-moving world that often celebrates and praises youth, older adults can sometimes be passed over without intention. A store clerk might talk to the person behind you without making eye contact. A doctor might speak to your child instead of addressing you directly. A restaurant server might speak more slowly or loudly, as if you cannot hear or make your own decisions. Think of Mr. Henry. He is 84 and lives in Chicago. A retired teacher who once stood before hundreds of students. At a local fair, he tried to share an interesting story about the city's history, but the organizers turned to a younger tour guide instead, as if Mr. Henry wasn't even there. This kind of overlooking usually doesn't come from cruelty, but from a hurried society that sometimes forgets that even slow steps carry treasures of memory and knowledge. That feeling of being forgotten can make you want to withdraw. But remember this: your value has not faded with time. You are a living library, a witness to history. Your voice still matters, and now more than ever it needs to be heard. Take steps to make your presence known. Tell a story at a family gathering. Volunteer at the local library. where many seniors contribute every day. Or start writing your memoir to pass along your life experience. Mr. Henry found his voice again through a writing group at his community center. What started as just a few notes turned into something people listened to and appreciated. You don't need to shout to be seen. You just need to refuse to stay silent. Join a painting class, a book club, or simply strike up a conversation with a neighbor on an evening walk. Each time you speak up, you remind the world that you are here, you are alive. You are still creating meaning. Age does not make you fade away. It makes you shine in a deeper and more courageous way. Part 5. Redefining Purpose in Life. After turning 80, as life slows down, you may unexpectedly face a kind of emptiness, not just in your daily schedule, but deep within your heart. The busy days of work, family, and responsibilities begin to fade, leaving behind more time for reflection. And in those quiet moments, silent regrets may begin to surface. You may find yourself thinking about trips never taken, words left unsaid, or time you wish you had spent more fully with someone you loved. Think of Mrs. Dorothy, age 87, living in Ohio. She was once a devoted bank employee. After retiring, she felt adrift, as if her sense of purpose had vanished, along with her working days. We often tie our self-worth to how busy we are. So when the calendar becomes empty, the question, "What do I do now?" can leave many feeling lost. But that moment is also an opportunity to redefine your purpose, not through big achievements, but through the small, simple, and meaningful things closest to you. You don't need to start a new career or accomplish something grand. A smile shared with a neighbor, a story told to a grandchild, or the flowers you tend in your garden. Each one carries deep meaning. Mrs. Dorothy found joy again by teaching her granddaughter how to bake cookies. Those afternoons filled with laughter gave her a renewed sense of connection and purpose. You too can discover that through familiar community activities, from a church choir group to a local charity fair, where you can give and also feel a part of something. Forgive the past for what it left undone, and bring your attention to the present. Ask yourself, what small light can I offer today? To someone else or to myself? There's no need to fix the past. Just build something beautiful today. After 80, the most important work may simply be this: to wake up each day with an open heart, to be ready to share kindness, a bit of curiosity, and the belief that your life still holds great meaning and many gifts yet to give. We have just walked through 5 of the harsh realities of life after 80, from shrinking social circles, a body that no longer recovers like it used to, a growing need for help, the quiet feeling of being forgotten by society, to the deeply personal journey of redefining purpose to avoid regret. None of these are easy to face. But here in America, we believe that having the courage to face the truth is a true form of strength. Turning 80 is not the end of the road. It is the beginning of a meaningful and reflective new chapter. Every choice you make, no matter how small, carries great emotional weight. Think of Evelyn, 85 years old, living in Texas. After many of her closest friends passed away, she found herself surrounded by loneliness. But then she chose to join a local community gardening group. Those gentle afternoons planting flowers did more than bring her joy. They brought her new friends. Neighbors who were once strangers became familiar faces. Her story is a reminder that at any age, you still have the power to keep writing your life story in the way that feels right to you. You can choose connection with a phone call to an old friend, or by signing up for a class at your local community center. You can choose to care for your body by taking a slow walk through the park, or by scheduling regular checkups through Medicare. You can choose to accept help, not because you are weak, but because you know that doing so will help you preserve your freedom. You can choose to speak up when you feel overlooked. By sharing your life experiences as valuable gifts to the generations that follow, you can choose a new purpose, whether it is spending an afternoon baking cookies with your grandchild, or simply offering a warm smile to a stranger you meet on the street. Here in America, we take pride in our ability to grow and adapt. We do not let age define our worth. Every day after 80 is an opportunity to live with quiet pride, with courage, and with the belief that you are still a warm flame, not a fading shadow. Ask yourself, which one of these 5 truths speaks to me the most? And today, what small action can I take to live more fully? Please share your thoughts in the comments. We would truly love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. If this message touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share to spread the spirit of graceful aging. We will see you in the next video, and until then, keep shining!